Alright, give me another anime to fix, chat. God, Chet, I wish you would just shut up. I'm so mad at you now.
Deal with it. I'm the epitome of it doesn't fully work, but I like it anyways.
It cheapens the perfect Susanoo so much, it makes me so mad. I think Digimon Fusion is fun. I don't really think there's anything you can do to... I don't think there's any glaring flaw of Digimon Fusion that would need to be rectified. It just, like, it exists. Like, if you want to, like, make something better than Digimon Fusion, you just make an entirely different Digimon season. Data Squad, again, same thing, like, except it's not fine. It's garbage. Like, just do everything different. Just, like, my fix for Digimon, like, if you want a better Digimon season than Season 5 and 6, my fix for you is to watch Seasons 1 through 4. That's the fix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got another Alpha Shard. That's two
And
of
then
them.
fix, like,
strange.
Bakugan, you just gotta bring back Masquerade.
Digimon Frontier could be... Listen, I love Frontier, and I think it's really good, and it gets unnecessary hate. 4 could benefit from the other children getting fusion forms, and having them get their fusion forms, like, during the Dynasmon Crusadermon arc, so it's a little more of them using their fusions instead of just Emperor Greymon and, what's the Garurumon? Magna Garurumon.
So I can't contribute to Legend of Korra because I didn't watch past Season 1.
Season 1 was good.
Season 1 was very good. I love Season 1.
I heard, he says Season 2 was bad. And
Season 2 is by far the worst one. It's really bad. I tell people just watch the Wan episodes and nothing else. Season 2 could have been, maybe not fixed, but better if it culminated in Unalaq being like an actual dark avatar, like using all of the elements, instead of just being like a giant demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I will admit, watching I did go back and rewatch the finale a bit ago of the season 2, and I do admit I do love just the
the
blast of light
battle.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's not. I mean, like, it's not like.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not fitting in Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Because at least when Aang did it, that was like with water, not just like spirit
when he became,
energy.
Yeah, but he also wasn't fighting another giant demon creature.
Exactly.
He was like moving the ocean. He fused with the ocean spirit. Because he wasn't even like, even when he was the ocean spirit, like his lower half was the ocean. Like it was just connected to water at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very fitting with like his whole spiritual. That was like the most spiritual thing he did in the entire show, to be honest. Anyways, Korra Season 2 was pretty garbage. This is a giant Weedle, oh my goodness. I
remember what somebody said how they would fix Season 2 was they would have it where Korra didn't get back the elements at the end of Season 1, and then Season 2 was her kind of interacting with, like, maybe the ancient original benders. Like, go hard with the spirit. And then have
it's
it like.
Too long since I watched that.
That could have been an interesting concept to go with. It also would have been a lot more fitting with Wan's backstory. Wan's backstory, I'm pretty sure I read, they wanted Wan's backstory to be in The Last Airbender, but they didn't. And it definitely kind of feels like thrown in Korra, where they were just like, if we don't throw it in here, we're never gonna get to do it.
Yeah.
I do feel like if like they'd really leaned hard into like I don't know like more of a spiritual exploration or whatever or something like that.
I do also know that they had issues because Nickelodeon only ever renewed one season at a time, so they didn't know how much story they'd get to tell.
Screwed them over.
Yeah,
so
Nickelodeon
hard.
screwed that show so hard.
At the same time, though, like. Even with that, like, I don't find much excuse for how Season 2 was presented and done.
Yeah.
Because Season 1 and 3 were really good.
I liked 4.
4 was fine.
4 was fine, yeah. It was okay.
4 was fine. I like, again, I think they, I understand they were trying to go with, like, more futuristic things and all, and every day I thank goodness that they didn't, like, try and, which I'm sure Nickelodeon told them they couldn't anyway, but, like, they didn't ever try and, like, include, like, firearms in any way as they did, like, stuff progressing futuristically.
I mean, they did have, like, a giant laser cannon. But
I was about to say, see, Jet says it's cool because Jet is the kind of person I hate when it comes to this sort of thing. But, like, it's just, like, Season
I
like
like Max.
season 1 was good. Season 2 and 4 and season 3 was really good. Season 2 and 4 they just went too far in a lot of aspects. Like Kavira having a giant literal mech that shoots a laser beam.
I mean, to be fair, like the I don't remember what Amon's followers were called, but
the equals.
like they already had the equalists. Like they had like they were starting to make like mechs and stuff. So I feel like Kuvera like making a giant one. It's a little bit of a jump, but like
They have
I don't feel
mechs?
like it's completely out of nowhere. Yeah, they
They
did.
did have mechs.
It
Remember,
must have been in like one or
what's her
two
name's
episodes
dad?
because I remember that. Yeah, I remember Sato. I remember them having like the electric gloves and stuff, and they got like more futuristic. I don't remember them having mechs, but that's also
Yes,
stupid.
they did.
That's just like you're.
No, that's
the more,
cool.
The
It's
more
like a
you go into
steampunk thing.
the more you go into steampunk and futuristic, the more you lose the. This is nice, Michael. The more
Thanks.
you lose the mystical appeal that Avatar has in general. In my
It's not. The thing is it's like it's a progression of the world. And that's what I like about it. It is the world moves on and advances, and then you figure out. That's why I also feel like there's the reason why like the spirits there's the spirit conflict also going on in the background is because like there's now technology, and now they have to find the balance of balancing technology and the spirits.
I get
like
that, but my whole thing is like I feel like, and maybe like the Avatar like first seasons are like more modern than I realized, but I feel like it was a bit much too quickly for their like society to progress that much technologically.
I mean, to be fair, like within it's like that's like 100 years. Like Legend of Korra.
Was it really though? Like
It was
Aang was
roughly
like
100
40
years.
when he died.
No. What are you talking about? No? What did Michael
Yes, he
just say?
was.
No.
Aang was in
no.
like his 40s or
No,
50s.
No, Aang
he
would have been
wasn't.
like in his 60s minimum.
I thought the last
Korra,
time, like, I thought we saw
Katara-
him like a. When did? All right, hold on. let me look
Katara
this
and
up, 'cause maybe I'm
Zuko are like
misremembering.
90 years old in The Legend of
Yeah,
Korra, my dude. It's like an
Katara,
80-year
Toph,
gap
and,
from Avatar.
So maybe it's not 100, but it's 80. And like
it's
the
not
thing
100.
is like
It's
you
like
look at-
70. It's like 70 to 80 years between The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra.
Aang
like-
died. It says here at 66,
In the
and
60s,
Korra's
like I
like
said.
18.
Yeah, minimum. So if Avatar The Last Airbender ends when Aang is 12, that's 54 years. Korra is 17, 16. That's about 70 years.
You said 100 years.
No, Jet said
I did-
100 years. I said 80.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I did say 100. 80 still, but the thing is like
It's hard
technology.
it's hard not to
progresses
think
fast.
of the number 100 because of the 100-Year War. You remember that?
Yeah, admittedly, that was the reason I thought of 100 before.
No, I thought it was
realizing
about
80
80,
made
but
more
it's about
sense.
70. But that's only a decade off. Listen,
The thing is,
I'm gonna say what I've said about numerous things before when people argue that it makes sense, because that's what you're doing, is arguing that the progression makes sense, and I don't disagree with you. I'm gonna say this: thematic doesn't make good. I just don't like it as much as like how Avatar: The Last
Okay,
Airbender
then you
did.
don't like it, but that doesn't mean it's not good. I feel like it's a good mesh. The reason why I really liked Legend of Korra when it first came out was I was like, oh, cool. We're going into it's the Avatar world, but now we're going into a steampunk era. And there's also now there's a fan project. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't care
remember.
about fan fiction on this.
But the thing
some-
is it's like I like seeing how the advancement of the world change, like how this world taking these concepts and like how this world develops. That's something I really like about it. So I like that they leaned into steampunk with Legend of Korra, like and
I
it's
was
like
fine with that with like Republic City in season 1. I don't remember these other mini mechs you're talking about, but like in season 4,
They were
it's
there.
ridiculous. Giant
like, the
mech
thing is,
shooting a
like,
laser
they-
beam, like that's just I don't want that out of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's not what makes it special and makes it.
That's not
interesting.
Avatar: The Last The thing is like Avatar: The Last Airbender still has all. It's like Legend of Korra is an add-on to Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not like it doesn't ruin anything that like Aang and the gang had. Like you have all that mysticism and all that stuff. It's like what the world evolving and changing, and how the technology changes with it, and how the impact of the industrialization from the Fire Nation being a war machine for like 100 years, and now having all this technology that then throws them into an industrial revolution. Like that's fascinating and fun. Like
I disagree.
And so Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
It is.
I'm also of
Oh,
the
what is-
opinion that I didn't like Korra.
Which is fair.
So. And yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Season
was
1
like-
and
it
3
was
were
alright.
good. Season 4 was passable. Season 2 was a mess and shouldn't have
I
existed
didn't
outside of the
even
one
realize
episodes.
that thing had 4 seasons.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it had 4 seasons.
You know?
I mean, really, all that matters is season 3 of Korra and it only really matters because Zahir is like possibly the best villain in Avatar.
Zir is a great villain.
Yeah.
Incredibly good. Yes, Jet got very heated, chat.
I don't know. Personally, as you know, as someone who enjoyed Avatar, I wanted to see more of a continuation as an
They're making a
adult
movie for it,
Aang.
apparently.
Yeah, they're making a movie.
Yeah, they are making
Yeah.
a movie, so
I don't
you'll
know,
get
In
more of
place
that.
of the
I'm kinda
Kyoshi
torn on
movie,
it.
right?
I don't know anything about that. I honestly, like, after I read stuff about, like, after I saw, like, the parts of Korra I didn't like, and after I, like, read summaries on, like, the novels and stuff, I'm like, you know what? This might just be a case of where they should have just stopped and called it a day. But,
I would have rather seen the Kyoshi movie.
but,
I mean, they're still gonna
Um,
make it. They just pushed it back.
yeah, but
Oh,
anyways,
I thought they
like,
were just gonna replace it outright.
No,
Yeah,
they
that's
just did
what
the other
I
one
was
first.
worried about too.
I bought
I would have liked
Chucha
to see
the
it.
books, and she said they're pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard the books are solid.
But anyways, like, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's the best cartoon ever made, and it's really, really good. But my least favorite parts of The Last Airbender are the very, very end of it. So I'm like, I'll probably watch a movie that comes out, but I'm kind of just like, you know what? Avatar's kind of done for me anyway. I don't really, like, the more they push it and try and do other stuff, the more I'm like, it just doesn't have the same magic. It just doesn't appeal as much anymore.
Plus, it kind of sucks that some of the creators can be kind of jerks to the fandom.
I have no
Really?
idea what
Like-
you're
I've
talking
never heard
about.
of that.
So
yeah, I've never
there
heard
was
of
a
that.
video that they put out that was effectively a Zutara. Like, they took people's fan works that was Zutara, and it was a whole bashing video about him.
Wow, really?
That's weird.
Yes,
Like
they
Mike and
did
Bryce did that?
actually. Yes, they did.
Wow,
They
that's,
owned it.
That's a dick move.
That's crazy.
It was a dick move. Like, they literally took people's hard work, and like, I don't care. Like, you can like not ship like a shipping or a pairing or whatever, but like, don't like take like somebody's like, and it was good art too. Like, looking at the art, I was like, man, this is something that's people poured their heart into, and like they just took it and were like, yeah, no, if you're into Zutara, you're into abusive relationships. I can't even remember what they said fully. It was
What?
awful.
What? That is
Hello?
terrible.
I almost want to go look and it's
What's-
awful.
That's real scumbag hours right there. Anyways, I really didn't like how and I'm sure part of it was, again, like Nickelodeon tied their hands a bit, but I really didn't like how they just... I don't like how they concluded Aang's journey and just gave him a big out at the end of the series. It felt like
What, with
so,
the,
with the spirit bending away Ozai's bending.
That was definitely like that. I'm pretty sure I remember reading specifically that was a lot of because they
Nickelodeon,
couldn't
I'm
show
pretty sure.
anything more than that. Like they couldn't kill him at the end, regardless of if it was Aang or not. Like they just couldn't.
Something that, like, I don't know. There had to have been some way they could have like gotten something better, but something where it wasn't Aang just getting away with it, because I feel like so much of Aang's journey was him needing to learn, like, you can't just run away from your problems, or like and especially with Toph teaching him earthbending, like sometimes you gotta face your problem head on, you can't run from it, and that was like the crux of a lot of Aang's character for me, was like, you always like find some way to slide out or like run away or don't do what you need to do. And, like, you need to move past that to, like, have actual development. But then at the very end, they were like, oh, don't worry, dude. This magical turtle out of nowhere that apparently, like, also, like, so much of the show they built up, like, dragons taught firebending, badgermoles taught earthbending, but, like, actually it's lion turtles the entire time. And, like, this one's gonna just make it where, like, all of your problems magically go away by touching Ozai's chest at the end.
I mean, I think the reason why it's like it is a compelling, the reason why it's interesting is it at least allows for Aang to have the conflict within the final fight of like struggling against just killing him. And honestly, I find it like, yeah, it would be. I'm fine with
There
like
was no
being
conflict
like,
with that because
what's
he
the
didn't
point
have to
if
worry
you're
about.
just gonna change it in the
killing
end. There's
him.
no conflict otherwise. Because he
well,
got
there's
off
a conflict
scot-free.
between. He didn't get off scot-free. I mean, honestly, I feel like he suffered worse. Anyways,
Honestly, I think
Suffered worse than
No,
what?
but he didn't have
Who
to
knew?
like consider killing him really because there was the option to just get rid of his bending.
my man Aang consulted like 6 avatars who all told him, "You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man. You
gotta
gotta
do it."
You know."
Even
You
the
know-
Do it.
airbending
And he said,
avatar was
nah.
like, you gotta do it. Also, like, that makes me think even more that they could have come up with something about Ozai dying, because they ambiguously show Kyoshi murdering Chin.
I think what
They
if
show
Ni-
him falling into lava in that show. Like, they could have
think-
come up with something.
I think if Nickelodeon had allowed for Ozai to die, they could have done something similar to like the end of what is it called? The Frieza saga, where Goku like tried to not kill him and then he was forced to. Like he could have taken away his bending, but then was forced to put him down anyway because he was like still like
And then
attacking or
Sokka
something.
cuts his head off viscerally with blood
Yeah.
everywhere
Dude,
live on
sick.
television.
Sick. That's metal.
Oh, that was something else
I
really...
don't know. I
that
still
was something
felt,
else
I still
really...
felt like
That was something else Jet, we know, you love everything, and criticizing anything ever is wrong. We get it. But,
no, I'm not having a problem with the criticism of it. I'm just saying why. The thing is you guys are pointing out why you would rather him die, whereas I still think that like the guttural moment of him realizing that all of his power, everything that has given him control and it's enabled him to rule for so long.
No, you're
is
talking
now
about
gone.
Ozai. I'm not
That's
talking about
fine, yeah,
Ozai. I don't care
that's
about.
fine.
I don't care about what happened to Ozai. I care about Aang's development. Is my problem. I'm not sitting here like Ozai didn't die after he burned Zuko's face. That burns me up. Put him in prison. I don't care. I care about Aang being given an out by a magical lion turtle out of nowhere to where after literally everyone is like, sometimes you have to buck up and like make decisions in life that you might not be okay with. And you can't run from these problems because the 100-Year War and everything else going on, like, obviously, like, Aang as a 12-year-old wouldn't have stopped the 100-Year War, but like, even from the start of Season 1 in the Storm episode, which is like episode 11, they made such a big deal about how Aang, like, has an issue of running away, and there's an entire episode dedicated to it with Toph teaching him earthbending the first time. I think the episode is called Bitter Works, where it's like, you have to face this head on. You can't do it like how you've been doing, where you run from things or try and avoid problems, or come up with some fancy-pantsy solution, I think is like Toph's exact words. They're like, you've got to face it head on and deal with your issue. And then, in the season finale, literally every character, Katara, Zuko, Toph, Kyoshi, Kuruk, Yang Chen, all the previous avatars, everyone is like, Aang, this is a responsibility that you have to take up. This is something you have to do. And then they're like, actually, the lion turtle said that I don't, and so I won't. And I just thought that that was a real missed point of trying to get that point across that had felt like, to me, had been pretty built up over 3 entire seasons and was maybe not the complete crux of Aang as a character, but a really big part of him.
I felt like the reason why I'm not upset about like him not having to kill somebody is because I feel like it shows that the strength of his morals were strong enough that even against all obstacles and everybody doubting it, it withstood. Like,
But-
and the
but
thing
if
was,
they
is there
did
was
that-
still a challenge.
But
It wasn't like,
listen,
oh, good.
But listen, I think that's wrong, because sometimes you do, especially like in a 100-year lasting war with a man who burned off his 13-year-old son face, and like all of that nonsense, sometimes you have to do something you don't want to do, and that's what all the avatars were trying to say. Roku even has that big moment with Sozin and all of how he was like, I really should have stopped Sozin. Like, I feel like I made a mistake. Like, I really let the world down by not doing more like I should have. And all because I wanted to protect my friendship with Sozin and not go that much against him and all that and whatnot. And Sozin is like, that was a mistake. I should have sucked it up and done my job like I was supposed to, and that's what you need to do, Aang. And it feels like so much of the show, and I've been rewatching. I've rewatched season 1 and then up through episode 5 or 6, I think, in season 2 so far. I'm watching it with Shroom and Lone Wolf on every other Thursday kind of deal and all that. And it feels like a lot of the show builds up to that for Aang specifically, and then in the end they're just like, nah, dude, Lion Turtle. I think that takes away a bit from the overall message that was being built up for 3 seasons, and that I thought had been done a lot better. Michael, this is amazing, by the way. My content is so good. For 45 minutes, I've just been running around talking and watching you do stuff.
Yeah, it does look pretty good, Michael.
Thanks.
You did really well in like making like the stuff out of quartz. Wait, what's
Thanks.
the floor?
This is diorite.
Oh,
Doritos?
Yeah,
I
Doritos.
love Doritos.
Oh,
Nice, Lone Wolf, nice!
Lone Wolf.
Hey, that tornado wasn't going to catch itself.
Nice.
He's not deserving of a capital F, not for that. Cannon
Dead
dead!
and dead.
Alright, now we have to go out and search the Earth Kingdom for the next mod to be born.
uh-oh.
Anyways,
Poor
at the
chump
end of the
over
day,
here has
like,
such a small bedroom. I'm just realizing.
I maybe will, I'll probably end up watching whatever new animated movie they're doing, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm kinda like, oh no, Shroom. I'm kinda like, for stuff like Naruto and Avatar that I think, like, ended well enough and is, like, done, I'm kinda just like, you know what? Even if you have the chance at making something really good again, just forget about it. Like, I'd rather not even take the risk at this point. Just call it a day and go make something new that I can either like or dislike, depending on how you've developed as a writer.
Gamers?
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
RS?
I have to head out, but I will. If you guys are still streaming when I'm done, I'll probably be back.
Alright, it's $10 to re-enter, like after stream has
Oh.
already started.
Okay, that's
So
Wait,
can
yeah,
I expect
I'll
that
send you
from
the money.
Lone Wolf's PayPal?
yeah, yeah. Lone Wolf will send you the money.
That's
Thanks
good.
so much.
Ah, that's a wall.
Michael, should I take a flat roof over this entire thing?
Yeah, I think you can do that.
At least we don't have rain in the house.
Wow. Wow, Shroom. Failure.
I think I'm the only one who's watched Shield Hero Season 2 Soul, and it's bad. So.
Is it bad? I hadn't watched it.
Rushing random crap for no reason, and
That's
then...
unfortunate.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pace
But
is
on lead.
Slyro will be glad to hear it because he said that he didn't think
Oh,
he'd
you can
like where it
bounce
could
on the
go
bed.
anyway.
I didn't realize you could actually bounce on the bed
Yeah,
when
you
bounce.
can bounce on the
Yeah.
bed, but probably your parents have been telling you not to do that since you were like 4, so maybe you should,
Oh yeah, I broke a mattress that way.
Oh, what a shock!
Nice.
Oh, whoops, Soul, I totally forgot to turn off that stupid caps thing for Nightbot. My bad.
Classic RTK.
Where you guys at?
Don't even get me started on the Avatar: The Last Airbender comics. They did, like, Zuko's mom's story in that, and I, like, read the synopsis, and I was like, it's a good thing this wasn't animated. I thought what they ended up doing with it was kind of stupid.
I don't even know what they did, and I don't even know if I
It was
care.
okay, but I don't know if it was. I mean, it was an
I
interesting
just-
concept.
I just dream of the day where Jet adamantly hates something.
What do you...
I hate the season 4 of
What do you-
Bakugan.
Well, I mean, something that isn't universally
Take the
hated.
flesh. Get rid of it.
That's for you, Michael.
I don't want it.
Ah.
Anyways, I thought that what they did with Zuko's mom and all was pretty lame. And also, like, didn't they do some, like, weird stuff with Zuko and Suki in that? That I was like, what are you thinking?
I don't
I have
remember.
no idea.
I don't remember something like that.
I
Like,
definitely know that in the comics, Suki and the Kyoshi Warriors are, like, Zuko's personal guard. And I thought I saw people complaining about, like, why are they doing all of these obviously romantic undertones with Zuko and Suki while Sokka is not around.
That is kind of weird.
I don't remember that, but I also don't know. I also only. It's been so long since I actually looked at that comic. but I don't remember that. But
I'm
maybe
here to
that
help.
You good?
He was looking at me funny, so I punched him off the edge.
Is there any dark oak wood I can use?
There's tons in that chest out there.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Wait.
Ooh, Cascoon.
How do you do the thing that makes
Cassie,
as many
you're
as,
here in a
as
sec.
you have?
Fifth click. How long have you been playing Minecraft?
I don't remember the button.
I didn't even understand what she was asking because I was like, she can't be asking about like how to make a stack of 64 or like turn all oak wood into planks because that's just something you know.
All right, Chaos.
I
What am I
don't
filling
know.
in here?
What is the button again?
Now you know it's shift.
You just shift right click.
Am I filling in this too, right over here?
Where if you can see inside, then you're putting a layer over top.
Got it.
All right, Chad, give me another anime to talk about. Or
Fire
cartoon,
Force.
because Avatar is a cartoon. Fire Force is bad. There you go.
No.
What is it?
Fire Force.
Fire Force is an anime you haven't seen. It was really stupid. It, like, started out fine, and I got, like, halfway through, and I was like, this isn't very interesting, but, I mean, maybe I'll keep watching. And then Michael told me what happened at the end of the season, and I was like, thank you for saving me from the suffering that I would have endured.
Yeah.
I mean, the only hot take I probably would have is for a cartoon that none of you guys have watched.
Yeah, what else is there?
Lay it on me.
I don't
What
want to
is it?
hear about how season 3 of Cunningham 5th grade like superstar was
No.
not up to
It's,
par.
Well, no, it's Miraculous Ladybug.
Never watched it.
It's
none of
it's
us
basically a superhero and sort of series with magical items that transform the individuals and give them different powers. And with the Ladybug, she has the
Yeah,
power.
I've heard of
luck.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
It's not Sailor Moon. But the biggest
It
straw
sounds like
for
Sailor Moon.
It does
the
really
biggest
sound
straw
like Sailor
for
Moon, doesn't it?
the biggest straw for it's
Have you guys watched Sailor Moon? It doesn't sound like Sailor Moon.
Oh,
Magical
if-
girl
if-
transforms
if
into a
Jet-
superhero.
With a magical
They're
item-
Sailor
if-
Scouts, all right, and their
if-
powers are based on the planets
If
that
Jet,
Okay,
if Jet
and?
had not started the sentence with it being Miraculous Ladybug and had asked me, what do you think I'm describing? My only guess would have been Sailor Moon. I would have asked clarifying
Madoka
question,
Magica.
is there a dude in a tuxedo that does nothing in like season 3 or whatever?
No.
Because that's all I know about Sailor Moon.
I mean, they basically relegate the male character to doing basically nothing so like it's supposed to be like that she has a partner and that they're good luck and bad luck. One can create, one can destroy. They've got a villain that can create
Dragon Ball Super now? God of destruction, God of creation.
No, that's the little spirits that occupy the items.
Oh, of
The
course.
Kwamis.
What are they
But-
called?
No, I don't want
So
to
there's little each item has like a little sort of god that is called a Kwami. And you need the Kwami and you need the item in order to be able to transform.
So it's like fire.
Ah, my legs.
You gotta have the sacred weapon and the crest with the relic.
Sure, we'll go with that. But anyways, so the overall story is it's mostly a very sort of serial series. The whole sort of big shtick that pulled a lot of people in is that the two main characters, Cat Noir and Ladybug, they don't know each other's identities, and
Cat Noir.
yep, it's a French cartoon.
Okay.
Law from Tales of Arise voices the main male character. Yo, good voice actor.
Yep, he's a very good voice actor.
Law is great.
Soul says he loves/hates that show.
Nice.
I feel you. Ask him how much has he seen of it. I'm actually curious.
All right, we're not gonna turn this into Jet talks to one chatter about a cartoon that they both watch.
But anyways, so basically the biggest thing that sucks is like they did all this development. Like there was a bully character that like had a lot of
Was
development.
he actually a bull?
No, bully. It was she was the one that was creating a lot of the like since the way villains were created is that character had to like be like going through a negative emotion that would give the main villain the ability to be like, oh, I will give you powers to get the thing you want.
Oh, so it's Mega Man Star Force.
Nice.
And so what happened was Bully went through a whole like redemption. Like she was starting
The
to
person's
develop.
name is Bully?
No, Chloe.
Oh.
Chloe.
Oh.
So Chloe was going through a whole redemption arc in season 2, where she was starting to change for the better because she wanted to be a hero. But it was interesting because like she did, of course, you know, the typical things of like being a narcissist, like being like, oh look, I have powers. I've revealed to the world that I have this item, and I'm going to be a hero for the credit, for the love and adoration of people.
Well, you gotta put food on the table.
Well, she's already rich.
Oh, I
And her
forgot.
dad-
She's evil, so she's rich. My bad.
She's Jeff Bezos.
But I mean, the big thing was that she was going through a redemption arc in season 2, like where she was starting to be a little more selfless, doing the right thing.
Lone Wolf.
And then the creator came out in season 3
Yeah.
and
Just
said,
a second, before you continue this, Lone Wolf, start doing whatever you need to do to prepare stone bricks for me. I'm about to tackle this roof, Michael.
Oof. Good luck.
All right, continue, Jet.
but yeah, the creator of the show decided, no,
He's gonna say
we're just
creator
gonna
of the Shih Tzu, like the dog, and I was like, where did this come into the equation?
But yeah, the creator of the show suddenly turned around and was like, no, she's gonna be, there's no development. She just has to be a bully forever.
Why do you keep
any
saying
redemption
bully?
is
Is she like, what does bully mean?
Like Chloe was the main bully of like the character. Like
So she was a
just has to. Yeah, she was a villain. She was going through a redemption arc in season 2,
RTK.
and the main writer of this show was like,
RTK, do it.
nah, she's just gonna stay a bully forever because she's based off of my bully in real life, and they never changed. And it's like, and he will literally block anybody that says Chloe deserved better, because he's of the opinion that she should just be a bully character who just is just evil and selfish and a spoiled brat.
It's all I gotta say to that, Jet, is it's his show and no one else can tell him what to do.
His show, his rules.
That's right.
It's like a Reddit post.
Although the blocking people is a little ridiculous, but
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's like, hey, I have an opinion that doesn't match with yours.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
block.
like, in what
Everyone to
aspect
the
was it
chat,
happening?
Night Owl.
Were people like messaging him repeatedly, being like, "This character deserved better," or whatever? Honestly, if I was him, first of all, I would be a better writer. Second of all, I would be like,
please,
"These
I would
people are."
love it if he was a better writer.
Second of all, I would be like, "Yo, these people mad annoying. Stop messaging me about this character. It's said and done." And then I would have blocked them.
Also, they made the main character super stalkerish, and it really, and like, they play her off as like Marinette. Oh, Marinette's so perfect. She's good. She can
Is
do
Marinette
no
the
wrong.
main character?
Yep, Marinette's the main character, and like they're like, she's perfect. She can do no wrong, and it's like, oh, but we're gonna have her break into her crush's house just because, and oh, that's fine. That's just, you know, cute and adorable or whatever,
It's
because
fine
she's a
because
girl.
she's a woman. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
It's ridiculous. It's like, and there's no consequences for it. It's like, oh, how cute and unique. It's like, no, dude, she was trying to break into this guy's house, and she gets caught, and the police are just like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You might get hurt. It's like,